Alright, player, we can just do this again real quick here and re-upload another one since that one's being stubborn. Uh, so basically what's happening here, and actually I know you heard this, but just so you can use this as a frame of reference, there are two things that can potentially change with what is happening to you as far as your process go. The first one is you'll unlock a primal tier for your limit power. Now, you'll have two tiers to choose from, as the primals don't have a something associated with soul forces or anything like that. So under the body tree, you'll have Path of Primal Self. Now this specific, both of these powers that you'll be offered, exist freely. Like, you don't have to be in one of your forms to use them. You can always access. So it's like, it'd be kind of like, okay, DM, I activate my, my, not, it's not, it's like, it's always on. I'm saying you don't even have to activate it. So it's like, you can still use all of your interdependent powers from your different trees, but like, this is just something that is associated with these trees, but is something that's kind of like an always on kind of thing. So the first one is called Path of Primal Self. The big things it does is it removes a lot of weaknesses from your body. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why primals are the way they are. So like things that you would have kind of as weak points will be adjusted. Stats that you have, that stats that were on the low side or like below average, will be brought to a certain level above average. Again, there's something with the primals why this happens. Your weakness to fire will be entirely purged, and then like I said, you'll see an all around boost to your physical aspects of your character. Your absorption limbs will be changed somewhat. You'll still be able to absorb. They'll still be functionally pretty much the same. You're not going to see anything serious change with that, but there will be a change to them based on a couple factors. And then you'll get a couple abilities that go along with this that you can kind of tap into whenever you're out there and about. But yeah, like the Path of Primal Self is very much kind of the way of the warrior kind of thing. It turns you more into a fighter, more so than you already are. Like I said, you'll have access to all the stuff that you already have. This is just on top of it. The other one is under the Limited Mind tree, called Path of the Broodlord. You'll come to find out, like, the Broodlords are more, they can be, potent fighters. Like I said, you won't lose any of your physical attributes. So you could be a very physically imposing Broodlord, but like what a Broodlord will do is kind of open up opportunities for you to control some of those creatures. You'll start with probably a pretty small brood, but then you can build it from there. You can incorporate like new members into it. So it's very much kind of like a commander of the army. So it's like, do you want to be the one-man army, or do you want to command a literal army? I guess is the choice you can make. The other thing is, whereas the Path of Primal Self is much more physically tuned, the Path of the Broodlord is much more psionically tuned. It'll be amplifying your psionic gifts, that's your natural psionic gifts, and then granting you a couple psionic powers on top of what you already have. Yeah, those, like I said, the way this actually works is what Weaver does, the being that you know as Weaver, is he can shift you between these two states if you can get yourself back to him, or if you can keep in contact with him. That's something you can keep in mind. But this is just something, like I said, this is kind of like a phase 2 of character creation for you, in a sense, based on the updated universe is the best way to think about it. So it's like I said, there's a little bit of out of character stuff here as far as things go. But yeah, he will be able to shift you. So like if you want to start as one and then you find out that that's not what you want, you can go back to the other. The second choice you could make is, all beings have a naturally attuned soul force. Yours is something called psionic or scion. The primals have something called primal energy. You can choose one or the other. However, this choice is very permanent, and it comes with more drastic potential character shifts. So if you say a scion, that's fine. Like you'll keep what you have now and everything like that. If you go with primal, there will be some changes. Like I said, you might view them as positive or negative. that it's not going to be simply taking away or anything like that, or it won't be simply adding. It's like you might gain some stuff, you might lose some stuff from it. Um, so like I said, if there's it's kind of a gamble in that regard, and like I said, the DM won't tell you anything more. I'm not saying you have to you have to spend points to purchase knowledge on it. That's an option, but like just as far as things go, like that's kind of one of those things that's left up in the air. So, but it is also a very permanent choice. And with the way soul forces work in this universe, is like once you have one, like once you awaken one, like I don't think right now definitely there's no way to get more than one, and that's just kind of a hard set limitations. Like you have one, you can you can sometimes find a way to overwrite it and replace it, but it's like you don't have two. Like no one has two soul forces or anything like that. Like anyone always has one. But yeah, like rewriting this to primal will overwrite that psionic, and then like the part of your psionic soul force will be no more. And it's like I said, as you can probably infer, like psionic probably has something to do with psi type powers, whereas primal may or may not, and they might have like different aspects of it. So that's something you can keep in mind. So like I said, the two choices are the starting path. That'll just help the DM kind of set up your next session as far as the path that you're going to walk down to start. You're always free to diverge from the path. That was something, as I was listening to a couple videos, that there was an inevitability to certain things. It's like there's never an inevitability to your situation. Like there's everything that you do has like minor consequences. Whether it's like I said, the DM doesn't have a set path for your character. The only set path you really had was to get you your item, and like that was, that also conveniently was able to send you in the direction of the new world and the new game. But like outside of that, like you very much have a freedom of choice to resist, to fight, to escape, anything like that. Like it may mean death. You might not survive it, but like the choice is it's bad to say, but the choice is there. Yeah, so we'll leave it at that, and then hopefully this one will work.